Hello students, once again welcome back to the next session of our class. Dear students, today we are going to study from the book Marigold, Unit 4, Chapter 1, page number 38. The topic is a little fish story. Okay, dear students, in this story we are going to learn something about a little fish. Okay, the story of a little fish. So this fish also remains along with other fish. Okay, so what happened? The story is like that. This little fish, for being small size, feels very bad, unhappy. She remains all the time. The fish remains all the times unhappy. Okay, the fish wanted to be a very huge one, large one, and when one day what happened? One situation, the moment came. A fisherman came to the water for catching a fish. He spread the net in the water to trap the fish. So many of the fish got trapped in the net, and this little fish also was got trapped in the net. But being small size, the little fish managed to escape from the nets. That means the little fish was able to come out from the net. Okay, so later on the little fish felt thankful, grateful for being small one. If that fish would have been a huge one, large one, the fish could have not come out. Okay, therefore the fish felt thankful for being small one. So about this topic, about this story, we will discuss it and have explanation in detail. So before going through, let me read the prose, the story in detail. So it is very difficult to share the page in this video recording. Okay, let me read it for you. And when you are reading, open the book, okay, and read it yourself. And whenever you struggle to read the difficult word, please once again open my video and try to imitate and copy. Okay, go line by line so that you may be able to read and pronounce the difficult words. Okay, a little fish story. Okay, this little bit story, fish story is written by writer Enos B. Comstock. The writer Enos B. Comstock. Let me read it loudly. There are a great many million fish in the seas, but this story is about just one of them, and a very small one at that. Now, this little fish had everything in the seas to make him contented, but he was not happy. You will laugh when I tell you why he was not. He was unhappy because he was so very small. It is very hard to be such a little mite of fish. He would say over and over again, if I were only a larger, how much happier I could be. And he said it so many times that I think he believed it. One day he was swimming along with the rest of his school and thinking, no doubt, how much more the larger fish had to be thankful for than he, when suddenly, with no warning, they found themselves in the meshes of a great net. There was much floundering and splashing. as the net was drawn up out of the water into the sunlight, and just as its hole was being emptied into the boat, the smallest fish in the school wriggled through the mesh and slipped back into the cool, clear water. How good it felt! He swam here and there and everywhere, and some of the fish who knew him well all the rest of his life said that they never again heard him say that he wished to be anything but a little fish. Students, I have read the story for you, and whenever you feel difficult reading or pronouncing the difficult word, please once again look back and see how I pronounced the word. Okay, so let me go line by line so that you may be able to read once again. Here the reading also takes place twice, so no need to worry for reading purpose. I will help you in reading also, but what can we do? The situation makes us apart, you and me. Okay, we cannot, I think the time takes so much to meet together in the classroom. Let's pray so that Almighty may hear our cry and let this COVID-19 disease may vanish as soon as possible. So all of you must pray to Almighty so that He may hear us and drive away this sort of disease from this world. Okay, so let us read line wise and have explanation. There are a great many million fish in the seas, but this story is about just one of them, and a very small one at that. Okay, dear students, here we know in the sea, okay, in the sea or in the pond, in the river, fish never remain alone. The fish remain along with other fish also. Okay, so there are millions of fish in the seas, in the river, in the ponds. Okay, so here we are going to read the story of a small fish, a tiny fish, little means a tiny, small. Okay, so when the story happened, in that time the fish was very small. Okay, now this little fish had everything in the seas to make him contented, but he was not happy. Now here, staying in the water, the little fish had everything to eat, to go everywhere the fish liked. Okay, and she did not lack anything, but the contented, meaning of contented is satisfied. Okay, satisfied, the meaning of contented is satisfied. Okay, the little fish had everything to enjoy, to eat, to move here and there in a place. The fish had, but the fish was not happy. Okay, the fish was not happy. Why? Let's know. You will laugh when I tell you why he was not. Okay, if we go further about the story, in the story, you will laugh why fish was unhappy. She was not satisfied. She was feeling depressed. Okay, for being small. He was unhappy because he was very small. The fish was unhappy, depressed, sad for being small. Unhappy means sad, not happy, okay, not joyful, okay. So it is very hard to be such a little mite of a fish. Now the fish thinks, fish thinks it is very difficult to remain as a mite. The meaning of mite is small in size. It is very difficult to and hard to manage remaining in a small size. Okay. Next, he would say over and over again. Very often, the fish used to say to its companion that the fish wanted to be uh, huge one, large one. I am very unhappy, and today you see you are going here and there. You are large enough. So all the time the fish used to say, okay. Next, if I were only larger, how much happier I could be. Now, the little fish says, if I were large, huge enough, big one, I would be very happy. I would have been very happy. And he said it so many times that I think he believed it. Okay, very often the fish used to say, I would have been bigger one, but see, and now I am small one, and nobody thinks of me. I feel alone in the water for being small. Okay, in this way all the time the fish used to think. So next, one day he was swimming along with the rest of his school and thinking. School meaning of school here is not the place where we get educated. Here meaning is group of fish swimming together. Okay, school meaning is a group of fish swimming together. That is known as school. So one day what happened? This group of fish, school of fish were swimming together, okay, and thinking no doubt how much more the larger fish had to be thankful for than he, when suddenly with no warning they found themselves in the meshes of a great net. Okay, uh, here the difficult word meshes. The meaning of meshes is network of thread to catch something. Network of thread to catch something. You have seen the net for catch that fishermen use for catching fish. That is known as mesh. So here what happened? One day, fisherman came. Fisherman came for catching fish without any warning. The meaning of warning is prior advice. Okay, prior unadvised on a serious, not given in advance. That advice is not given in advance. That warning is not given in advance. The fisherman suddenly came and spread his net to trap the fish. Okay, now what happened next? This school of fish got trapped in the net. Okay, there was much floundering and splashing as the net was drawn up out of the water into the sunlight. Now what happened? The fishes floundering. The meaning of floundering is struggling mentally. Okay, struggling mentally in water to come out of something. Because these fish have got trapped in the net. Now they are floundering, they are struggling mentally to come out from the net. Next, splashing. The meaning of splashing is a sound. Okay, this sound made by something in the liquid, in the water. Okay, from where? From liquid where the sound comes, that is known as splashing. So here the students, now we could understand the meaning of floundering and splashing Floundering is struggling mentally to come out from the net, and splashing is meaning is a sound that is made by something uh, okay falling into any liquid or water. Okay, and as net was drawn, because the net was drawn up into the boat. Now they are exposed to the sunlight. Okay, now this fish that have been caught up, that have been trapped in the net, they are now, these fish are now in the boat, in the they are exposed now in the sunlight, and just as its hole was being emptied in the boat. Now the meaning of hole is to pull something with effort. Now the fisherman hold the net, and it was emptied. The net, the hole was emptied in a boat. Okay? Emptied matlab to remove something emptied. Okay, now the fish were emptied in a boat. The small fish in the school wriggled through the mesh and slipped back into the cool clear water. Now the small fish, okay, who had been trapped in the net, now the fish could wriggle, okay, wriggle through the mesh. The meaning of wriggle is a twist and turn movement. Somehow the fish is moving here and there to come out. Okay, this is known as a wriggle, moving here and there, that is a wriggle. Okay, now the small fish wriggled and managed to come out through the net, through the mesh, and now she could jump, the fish could jump into the clear water. Now how good it felt. Now the fish was very happy, and she felt thankful, grateful for being small one. In the beginning the fish was not happy for being small. Now when the fish was trapped in the net, and now the fish could manage to come out from the mesh, and hereafter the fish is feeling grateful, thankful for being small one. Okay, now he swam here and there and everywhere, and some of the fish who knew him well all the rest of his life said that they never again heard him say that he wished to be anything but a little fish. Now see this small fish. Okay, now that fish managed to come out from the net and jumped into the water, and now he is moving here and there, roaming here and there. Now rest of the fish who were got trapped in the net knew him well. The small fish knew him well, and they thought for the rest of his life. The small fish thought the rest of his life, said that they never again heard him say. Now the small fish is thinking, now nobody will listen me. The fish who were got trapped in the net and taken away from the water, now they will not listen me any complaint, any complaint or crying of me. They have gone forever away from me. Okay, next said that they never again heard him say what he wished to be anything but a little fish. Okay, now this fish who had been trapped by the net, and they have been taken by the fishermen, they will not listen me anything, but I will remain all the time as a little fish. Dear students, this is what we have learned something about the story of a little fish. Okay, once again the difficult words let me tell you, and so that you may memorize it, write yourself in your copy, and make your own sentences using these words. Okay. Now, in the beginning we saw million. Million. What is the meaning of million? We have seen very often we use it. Okay, the students. The main meaning of million is a product of thousand and thousand. Okay, the meaning of million is a product of thousand and thousand. Next, the difficult word is floundering. The meaning of floundering is struggling mentally in water to come out of something. The meaning of floundering is struggling mentally in water to come out of something. Next, mesh. Meshes. Okay, the meaning of mesh is a network of thread to catch something. Usually we catch fish with the help of net, the mesh. Okay. Next, might. The meaning of might is small, tiny. Okay. Next, whole, H-A-U-L, whole. Okay. To pull with effort. To pull with effort. Next, contented, C-O-N-T-E-N-T-E-D, contented. The meaning of contented is being satisfied. Okay, meaning of contented is satisfied. Next, splashing. Okay, splashing, S-P-L-A-S-H-I-N-G, splashing. Sound made by something falling into any liquid. Okay, sound made by something falling into any liquid. Next, emptied. The meaning of emptied is emptied spelling E-M-P-T-I-E-D, emptied. Okay, the meaning is to remove its content. To remove its content. Next, difficult word is regaled. Okay, regaled, W-R-I-G-G-L-E-D, regaled. The meaning of this word is twist and turn movement. Twist and turn. Twist means twist and turn. This is known as a twist and turn movement. Okay. Next, warning. The meaning of warning is an advice on a serious note given in advance. Okay. Warning is an advice on a serious note given in advance. Next, school, group of fish swimming together. The meaning of school is a group of fish swimming together. Dear students, in this chapter we learn the story of a little fish, how the fish in the beginning it was very unhappy for being small one. Okay, and when the moment comes, the situation comes, the fish in the water get trapped in the net by the fishermen. Okay, and all the large huge fish were trapped and they never ever come out from the net, but the small fish who had been trapped or caught in the net managed to come out by wriggling the net from the net. The little fish managed to come out, and after coming out, the little fish felt very happy, and she thanked him. She was grateful. Sorry, he was grateful now. And later on, he regretted for losing the company of the other fish, and he feels that hereafter they will not listen me, and it's saying this, I would be very happy if I were large one. These things they will again not listen from me. So dear students, this is what the story of a little fish. Okay, next in the session of our class, we will discuss the question answers from this chapter. For today, we will it is enough here. So we will meet you in the next session. Bye.